Hello everybody, and welcome back, finally, to some more Xenonauts 2. We're about halfway through the campaign. Things are getting pretty dangerous for our teams at the moment. The aliens are really ramping up their responses to our actions. And of course we have the unidentified orbital object under construction, which will be ready in 67 days, which marks a major change in the game state when that happens. Team is on the way back from the terror mission we did in the last mission. We do have our first next generation interceptor under construction at our main base. Our secondary base is building its first hangar to get ready to take on the Angels as we replace them. In terms of engineering, we've got alien warheads and the Angel engine upgrade queued up. I'm not sure about the Angel engine upgrade. I think it's a good investment. It's just very expensive. We also are researching nanofabrication. We do need to get the U001 analysis done, but it only takes 9 days, so we should be fine there. Soldiers are actually in a really great state at the moment. We only have a couple of injuries. The most injured soldier at the moment is Tachyon 2, which is a robot, so that's fine. AB Remy took some hits in the last mission, but that's about it. One thing I would like to do, looking at our team, is we are short a few suits of Guardian armor. So I would like to get them built, but the alloy cost is very high, and at the moment we have enough queued up in the engineering queue that I don't want to add them in just for no reason. So really the focus at the moment is just letting the aliens react to what we've done and see what it is. My only big concern at the moment is that North America and Latin America are sitting very high in terms of terror. 1 second, let me just sell our junk. Okay, 279,000, that's enough for another hangar. So I think what I'm going to do is I am going to lay down another hangar in this base. Just so that we can start getting ready for aircraft here. And yeah, we need to deal with this terror. So the problem is North America is very, very expensive to establish yourself in. This guy here requires 175 operations points. This guy requires 195. The other option is I can get rid of this negative scientist in Latin America who's creating 2 panic here for 100. So I think that's probably going to be my first push. So I wanted to click on this. 105 for this person. I would like to try and take over Latin America and North America as a priority because the rest of the world is in a pretty good state. Asia's a little bit high, but we should be able to control Asia with our aircraft. But just because the aliens have been operating in North America kind of with impunity up until now, panic is very, very high in that side of the world. Let's speed time up a little bit. We are in that awkward stage where we're just waiting for aliens to do something. There's a lot of activity before that terror mission, and now the activity seems to have died down a little bit. We now have the 100 we need to take this guy out, so I'm going to do that. Our aircraft have been repaired, which is great, and the Phantom Interceptor is done. So, if we have a quick look at the Phantom is a very cool aircraft. If we have a look at the comparison here, Anubis has a payload size of 11, this thing has a payload size of 13, 5 and 11 armor compared to no armor at all. It has 150 health compared to 100 health. Top speed is almost 50% faster. Same with the range is much higher. In fact, range is more than double. And it has a much faster turn rate as well. It's just a straight upgrade all the way through. Now, the default loadout they've given it here is 2 accelerated cannons, which is pretty nasty. I mean, that's a lot of DACA. If this thing can get behind an enemy, it can cut them to ribbons really, really quickly. What I might look at doing is an accelerated cannon and a laser lance. If we give this a fuel pod, it has... Okay, let's actually change the range here, which is, I guess it just changes how... It needs to actually rearm that fuel pod. We could also give it missiles. I actually kind of like the double accelerated cannon at the moment. We need a name for the Phantoms. Ra, Horus, and Anubis are going to end up moving over to America. So we need a name for this aircraft, maybe a new naming convention. I know we've had some in the past, but since it's been a little bit of a break, feel free to suggest names for this craft, and we'll use that as our naming convention going forward. We do want to get more of these built as well. They are very expensive though, so our next one needs 750,000 to build. We do actually have the required resources, we just need another 750,000. We're also going to need a hangar free, which we will have once the first hangar is ready here in 9 days. Okay, we have a UFO. It's an observer and a small escort. So yeah, it's a defender with Wraith crew. That's pretty cool. We can steal this because of a thing. I'm not sure if we can intercept this. It's probably too far away for a mixed group of Phantoms, like the Phantom and the Angels. It's possible I could just send the Phantom An observer isn't particularly scary to fight. A very small escort, we could potentially outfly it with the Phantom. If we want to be really risky, we could send the Phantom here. I'm kind of tempted to do it just to see how it performs. So if I unselect these two and just send the Phantom. Is it fully armed? It isn't fully armed. It only has, what, 150 rounds in its gun. But let's see how it goes. Let's just see. I just want to see, like, how fast is it responding. It looks like it's not going to really make it. It's still a little bit too far. I mean, it's making a good push. Okay, it is going to make it. Let's see how this goes. We go to Defender and Observer. The Defender should be pretty easy to kill. This could be interesting. I'll give this a go. Let's jump in. Okay, we've got a Defender and an Observer. My thoughts are, if we kill the Defender really quickly, we can just chase down the Observer and bully it. We've got the guns for it. I think if we come in from behind, we can maybe even just dodge in behind the Defender before it can turn properly. And we're far enough away from the Observer that we should be able to dodge any missiles it fires at us. We don't want to get into its frontal cone, though. So I'm going to play this at half speed, and we're just going to see how this goes. I'm going to start with a dodge right away. I'm just going to try and fly behind. Okay. Okay, we actually managed to dodge that by accident. We have this missile coming in, though. Okay, the Defender's down. Let's activate our Afterburner. We took a little hit there, but we should be good from this point onwards. The Observer's turning to face us. I think we're going to outfly this missile. I don't think we need to dodge it. We are indeed going to outfly the missile because of our Afterburner. Let's turn the Afterburner off as soon as we're in range. The missile is still chasing us. Okay, we have another missile inbound. We're going to roll the missile. We've managed to dodge it. Okay, that's a pretty good result. I'm really happy with that. We took a little bit of damage, but we stopped more terror building in North America, and we can get the Phantom back and get it repaired. We do have an Observer crash site. We can send a combat team for that, but I'm just going to grab the bounty from it, and we'll get the Phantom coming back to base. So that's one shoot down for the Phantom already. Much more maneuverable than the other aircraft. I need to get used to how maneuverable it is. It's going to take a little bit of time to recover, though. Phantom 1 has been refueled. Let's speed up time a little bit more. Phantom 1 has been fully repaired. Okay. Up to 4. We need another 750,000. Okay, nanofab has been completed. Although many things have been recovered from the recently captured extraterrestrial facility, the most important of all may be the technology retrieved from their workshops. Our enemies appear to make extensive use of nanofabricators, devices capable of manipulating materials at the molecular level. Such machines can create almost anything, building up the desired atomic structure layer by layer, using an array of precisely controlled lasers and magnetic fields. So they're 3D printing things, but at a nano level rather than at a microscopic level. I don't think we can. Yeah, we can 3D print at microscopic level. This seems to be the method by which the aliens manufacture substances such as alloys and alanium. Finding a way to harness this technology is therefore the only way we might hope to create these exotic materials for ourselves. Given humanity lacks much of the expertise required to design a nanofabricator of our own, we've instead decided to concentrate on gaining control of the recovered alien device. Thankfully, this has now been achieved, to some extent at least. Although we have gained low-level access to the nanofab systems, the high-level computer systems that automate the process proved impenetrable. The interface we have built to control the device thus requires manual operation at all times. This means it is now possible for us to fabricate alloys or alanium, but only via a process so tedious that even the simpletons in our engineering department would likely find it unbearable. Worse, should you deem such suffering necessary, or perhaps deserved, it is also rather expensive. The nanofabricator is a delicate beast, and the raw materials it employs require processing to astonishing levels of purity using specialist equipment to function correctly. I therefore strongly advise you continue recovering alloys and alanium from the battlefield as possible, and only use a nanofabricator where truly necessary. So we can now undertake engineering projects to produce alien alloys and alanium, which is very useful. We have 23 days to our next funding report, and we need to set up new research. If we do Scion observation for 2 days, we could then get alien plasma weapons and the we probably get most of this knocked out, actually. Let's do the Scion observation just to knock it out of the way. Then in terms of engineering, we now have the ability to produce alloys and alanium as needed. I want to save up 750,000 for another Phantom. I want to get a whole wing of Phantoms. I'm also thinking, now that we've done a combat with the Phantom, the double accelerated cannon really isn't doing it for me. I'm thinking we're going to go with 2 Sidewinders, with bearing in mind that we are about to have alanium warheads completed in 9 hours, which will make those missiles much, much more powerful. Okay. Alanium warheads is now done. We're going to work on the Angel engine upgrade. Let me just have a quick look. Yeah, so these are now alanium missiles, and we also have alanium torpedoes available to us as well. So these should be much more dangerous to the aliens. Look how good the panic is in Russia. They just love us there. Okay, 51. I'm gonna speed time up into super fast speed. Okay, Scion is done. I'm not going to spend too long going through the observation because we've already seen it from the autopsy. They're psychic. That's the big thing about them. And they do psionic triangulation and they mesmerize. That opens up the mind shield module as something we can engineer, which just protects from mind control. I think... So how many days did we have left there? We have 20 days for the funding report. So we could do alien electronics, plasma weapons, but I also want to get the U001 analysis done. Let's just get that done so it is done. So we've got the extra income coming in for our next funding period. And the Angel upgrade has been completed. So if we now jump into our aircraft, the Angels now have a top speed of 3,300, which is only just slightly slower than the speed on the Phantom, which is great. That means they can do decent intercepts and they can catch up. What I would love to do is give them fuel pods, but I just don't quite have the slottage for that. If we got rid of the torpedoes, so if I dropped to missiles here, I could have fuel pods on Ra, Horus, and Phantom 1 could all have a decent range, and then Anubis becomes the one we kick out of this area. How long is left on the other hangar? 3 days left on the other hangar. The big question then is, do I build 3 more Guardian armor? If we have a quick look at the armory, I need to just put a soldier in here. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got 6 suits of Guardian armor and 3 soldiers don't have Guardian. I'm not too worried about the sniper, but the other 2 riflemen would really do well for having Guardian. So I think I am going to lay down those 2 suits of Guardian armor. I think it's a worthwhile investment. So that's done. That's going to take 23 hours to complete. 1 day, 21 hours to complete. Let me just sort the dog out. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm hoping she settles now. So again, we're just waiting for something for the aliens to do. They've been very quiet since we got the Phantom. That's one. Okay, all the suits of Guardian armor are done. I do have various things I can get my engineers to do right now. We could build some mind shield modules. The mind shield is a sonic dampener which significantly increases the bravery of the soldier carrying the device. I'm not too worried about these right now because we're not dealing with rookies. Most of my soldiers are very experienced. We could produce alien alloys or aladium. We'll do a Reaper Corpse analysis. That seems quite useful. And then I think I'm just going to leave the engineering team to produce money for me until something happens. Okay, the hangar in North America is done. So we're going to transfer over Anubis to that. So we're going to relocate that to North America base, which I still haven't named actually. Let's get some name suggestions for North America base. We'll kind of restart that process. Reaper Corpse analysis is done, so we're just going to generate some cash now. You can see that we're creating cash, and we have an abductor and a medium aircraft. This is quite a big fight. I'm pretty sure that Ra, Horus, and Phantom 1 can make this intercept because they've got this speed upgrade. Let's see if we can make this. And this is an abductor, which is an aircraft we haven't encountered before, so we should get a mission off this as well. Just a small Atlantic intercept that we're having to plan out here. Please have enough fuel. Damn, they didn't have enough fuel. That's even with the fuel pods. They didn't have enough fuel. Okay, let's get them back to base then. This is why we need aircraft here. I'm obviously not going to send one aircraft into fight on its own over here. I need 3 of them. Okay, that's the same abductor. This is the problem, is they're just focusing on America. I don't think it's worth dispatching again. I think it's proven to us that we can't get to them. What I will do is, I've noticed we've got 126 points here. This guy's 250. This guy is 150. Latin America, 250. Yeah, I don't have any discounts on these guys right now. 150. I think we're going to grab the security supporter when I hit 150, but I just don't think there's a point intercepting this UFO, unfortunately. Okay, we've picked up... Where's this UFO? Okay, this is the UFO we are going to intercept. There's another abductor on the way in, near our base. We are going to hit that one. Okay, we're dealing with an abductor. This is an aircraft we haven't fought before. I actually haven't fought it at all, so we're going to have to see what its capabilities are. I think we're going to pretty much smash it, if I'm being completely honest. We have a really good team here. So I'm going to bring Ra in from the side. I'm going to bring Horus in from this side. And I don't think I want to come in directly, because it looks like it has a turret. The turret is currently facing forward. So let's bring... I'm going to bring the Phantom in from here, and if it turns right, we can break left and right of it in an attempt to get a good hit. I'm going to give everyone free fire on the missiles. Let's see how much damage they do. Oh, I also want to go at a slower speed. Okay, it's coming for Phantom 1. Let's, I'm going to wait for all missiles to be fired. There's a missile coming in on Ra as well. Let's see how much damage these do. Okay, that was very little. I'm going to roll Phantom 1 for now. Horus, I'm just waiting for more missiles to fire. Okay, we're getting very close to Phantom 1 being in the danger zone. Ra also needs to get ready to dodge this missile. I cannot dodge this shot. Okay, that didn't do very much damage at all because of the armor. We still can't dodge this. So this turret is rapid fire but low damage. This missile's coming in. I'm going to activate the afterburner on you. You also need to afterburn because you don't have any missiles left. You are about to hit engagement range though, and I need you to roll in a second. Okay, you need to get out of the engagement. Oh, damn, I've rolled the wrong way there. You need to... you're actually going to be fine. You're okay. You're actually tanking this on the armor really nicely. Okay, you need to come off Afterburner. You need to roll as soon as you can. You're still stuck on Afterburner. Okay, Horus just took a hit. I think we're okay here. Let's roll Horus to the right. The Phantom's actually too fast to hold it. Yeah, we're going to dodge this missile that I didn't even notice before. Okay, we shot it down. We took a few hits there. That was an awkward one to fight because we're actually a little bit too fast for it. But we got to shoot down. And this is a new aircraft type, so we are going to do a combat mission. The crashed UFO is likely to contain valuable alien technology and resources. Deploying a combat team to eliminate any surviving extraterrestrials to the crash site will allow recovery to begin. So let me put together a combat team, and I'll be right back with you. So we have the team for the mission. It's pretty standard. It's my kind of go-to loadout at the moment. We've got Toasted Wobbles and Cliff coming with shields. Cliff is a little bit weak in terms of strength, so he is going to be overloaded for most of this mission, even once he drops the shotgun. Tachyon is, of course, coming along as our support unit. The missiles will be very useful at clearing out a lot of the area in this mission. We've got Kelbonics and Crash Test coming along as our assaults. We've got Daedra coming back as our heavy. I really like the heavy laser machine gun at the moment. I've got Cam, Crazy Dice Power, and Mishaps coming along as riflemen. Cam has a accelerated rifle. Crazy Dice Power and Mishaps have laser rifles. We have 2 med packs being carried by Cam and Crazy Dice Power. And then Fat Newbie is coming back as a sniper, as they always do. Fat Newbie obviously only wearing light armor, which is a concern. We could actually put them in Warden armor. I don't know why they're not wearing Warden armor, but they're now in Warden armor, which doesn't make a huge difference, but it just gives them a little bit more survivability. So that's the team. We're going to send them in to the crash site, and hopefully this doesn't go too badly. Oh, one thing I always forget to do is check my soldier positions. Swap these two around. Yeah, that's fine. I want to make sure we've got someone looking at the side doors. It's very important that we do that. Alright, let's launch the dropship. Unfortunately, we can't do anything about this UFO, but we did very, very well against the Abductor there. It was a little bit of a just overkill. We definitely probably need to be carrying a couple of torpedoes, because the armor kind of ate all of our Lanium missiles there, which meant we didn't do that much. Okay, we have hit the crash site. Chips officials arrived, and I will see you on the battlefield. Let's go. Right, an alien spacecraft crash. We know what we're dealing with here, which is just get into the UFO, kill all the aliens, don't die. Day 196. I'm not sure what we're fighting here. I think it was wraiths. Let's have a look. Okay, it's put us in here. So at the back of the battlefield, it looks like it extends quite far in this direction, and it extends quite far in this direction. So we're in the middle of the deployment zone, which means we're very open to attacks from the side. I've also, unfortunately, made this a night mission because I wasn't paying attention, which is a huge problem I have. First of all, let's just drop our shotguns so that we can come back and get them when the shields are destroyed. Okay, and then we'll do the same thing for Toasted. Okay, so they're deployed. We need to check the area around the Sky Ranger first. Rather than stepping my my rifleman out and potentially taking hits, I want to curl my shields around the sides here just to see what they can see. And I just did that the wrong way. Okay, there's no aliens behind the Sky Ranger. I'm going to move Cliff back over this side, and we're going to do this with Toasted. Okay, so sides of the Sky Ranger aren't looking too bad, but let's throw a flare out this way. Okay, we've got 2 civilians over here. We can use them as a plate of armor on this side. Of course, as soon as I start recording, the dog wants to start barking again. Okay, I really don't like this deployment. There's a lot of unseen area around us that is looking quite worrying. I want to maybe put a rifleman here, but I don't know what's going on here. And that might expose them quite a lot. I could put mishaps here, which gives her enough for reaction shots. Let's start by throwing a flare. Okay, I can't throw a flare over this. I'm going to run her to here and look this way. So if I crouch her, she has reaction shots, but she can't see into the darkness. I'd rather have a reaction shot from her. And what I could do is use crash test on this line here to kind of throw a flare around the corner. That's what I think I want to do there. So if I move crash test to here. Now, crash test is open to shots along this axis. So this might not be a great place to finish her turn. We might just bring her back around the corner. But what I really need to do is I need to get a flare over here. Why can we not throw it over this? Okay, we're going to throw a flare right here. Okay, that's looking clear for the moment. I'm just going to bring crash test back around the corner so that someone's standing over here. Oh, wow, that was a well-spotted crash test. Okay, that puts crash test in more danger now because this guy could shoot her with a plasma rifle. Can crash test get back to here? No. Crash test could go behind this rock, but that puts them in mishaps field of fire. There's also another civilian back here. I could also... I can't put her here. I could put crash test... No, can't put crash test back there. The question is it safer to be here where this guy... Like, it's either exposing her to an alien I know about or potentially exposing her to an alien I don't know about. I guess it's better the alien I don't know about. So let's bring her back around the corner and we'll crouch her there. So we've got a sniper shot on this Wraith over here. Let's get Kelbonics. This guy's got an AK. This guy's going to hold my flank for now. So I'm going to push this way with the majority of the team. I'm going to bring Tachyon out and just put it behind this tree. Okay, there's a second alien there. That's an advanced Andron. That is a very good missile target. 37%, 60% chance to hit. I do like that as an option. If I put you in cover here, is their shot better? 62%, yeah. We're gonna take that shot. Okay, we need to wipe the armor on these guys as quickly as possible. Let's get Daedra into position here, where next turn she can lay down some suppressing fire. She can actually shoot this turn, but the chances of hit are very low. She could potentially suppress this guy though, because he's already taken some hits. And we could crouch her for slightly better accuracy and also kill this bush, which is a problem. So I'm just going to fire off a 3-round burst. Okay, killed a bush, but not the right bush. That now means I can deploy Fat Newbie. I want to give Fat Newbie a shot on the Andron. If I run him to behind Tachyon, he will have enough for an aimed shot, and Tachyon will act as cover for him. 59% chance to hit. Not ideal, but let's take it. Oh, so the fire... Oh, okay, that wasn't quite what I wanted you to do. I wanted you to run forward, but I don't even know if that hit. I didn't shift click, I just clicked. That's okay. We probably just want to build up some riflemen in cover here to take shots at these guys as they come in. I'm going to turn Cliff to face this way. I'm going to turn Toasted to face this way. In fact, Toasted could move forward and act as cover. I could put Toasted here. Let's bring Toasted to here. Crouch Toasted. And then can I move Fat Newbie up? Yeah. So we'll get Fat Newbie in position to snipe next turn. Let's get Kelbonics. Probably needs to hold this flank for me. So I'm going to bring Kelbonics to here. And I'm going to get them to throw a flare this way. I do actually really like night missions. I find them very tense. I'm going to bring Sir Crazy Dice Power to cover here. He has a shot. He only has a 40% chance to hit. I think I'd rather let him react, but I'm not going to crouch him. And Cam the Wizard, we're going to move up as well to here. Cam can't crouch either. So we're basically going to react to the Andron coming forward. It's probably going to spam a lot of plasma fire at us. Let's see what happens. Okay. Would like to try and save his life if we can. All the rest of the friendly NPCs are moving. That's the guy shooting off an AK, and he just died. Was that the guy that was behind us? Okay, here comes the Andron. No reaction fire. Oh no, got a shot on it. 2 shots on it. Plasma shot probably just wrecked the Sky Ranger. That's its turn. Wraith's moving forward. He's a little bit scarier actually, but he shot at the shield, which is exactly what I wanted him to do. We've got another Andron coming in from the left. That's quite concerning. Kelbonix is bleeding out. That's totally fine. And looks like we're being shot from behind. Did he just take 53 damage? Yeah, look, this guy died. He's bleeding out. This Andron's probably close to death. How much damage did Kelbonix actually just take? Okay, he did take a lot of damage there. I'm going to use Cliff to find out what's going on over here. There's another Andron behind us. So this is now looking quite nasty. Can Fat Newbie kill the Wraith? No, Fat Newbie cannot kill the Wraith. Any chance Toasted? No, now that it's gone into stealth mode. Okay, how are we going to play this? So this guy's badly damaged. This guy's taken very light damage. This guy's maybe has been taken a hit from the AK before he died. Kelbonix is currently fine. I could bring Kelbonix to here and shoot this Andron at close range, see how much damage that does as an opener. But we want to shoot it first, just to kind of soften it up a little bit. So if you get Sir Crazy Dice power to shoot at the Andron. Okay, now we're going to bring Kelbonix up. What I did, because I don't want to be shooting past Kelbonix. Okay, that did not kill it. So it's still alive. Let's try and finish this one off. I've got a shot with Cam. Okay, that's one Andron down. So we've got the Wraith who's bleeding out. We've got this Andron. I can't suppress any of these. This Andron here is a really big problem because it's coming into our rear. It's coming up behind our line. Apparently, fighting robots with khaki shots in AK-47 is not the correct thing to do. Let's bring Cliff up just to try and maybe act as a defensive unit here. So who still hasn't acted? I've got Toasted Waffles, I've got Tachyon, I've got Daedra, I've got Crash Test, and I've got Mishaps. Daedra would be really good to maybe to open up on this guy. She actually does have a shot, but I'm terrified of the scatter on that shot. Or I could just get her to shoot at the Wraith and try and kill it, which I think is maybe the correct play here. Let's just try and kill the Wraith with a full auto barrage. Okay, she suppressed him. He's out of cover. He's bleeding. He's probably out of the fight for this turn. We still need to do something about this Andron. We still need to do something about this Andron. I think a missile from Tachyon is the correct next play. 25% chance to hit the person you're standing next to. If I put you here, 70. Okay, so we're going to drive to here, launch a missile here. Okay, that's the other Andron dead. So now we need to deal with this Andron. But I don't have very many people left to do that with. We've got Mishaps, we've got Crash Test. I think we need to smoke this Andron to reduce its accuracy as much as possible. Crash Test needs 45 AP to throw a grenade. So from here, she can throw a smoke to here, which covers pretty much everything I'm worried about. That's the better position. There is a small chance it hits here, though. If I crouch Cliff, that might reduce that chance. So this just means that the Andron is now forced to come forward and deal with the smoke in order to get to us, which I think is the correct thing to do here. Okay, smoke's deployed. And then if I get Mishaps to here, she can shoot it at next turn. Okay. Who hasn't acted? Toasted Waffles. If I bring Toasted forward a little bit, he's potentially got shots on this guy if he does anything. And also just acts as a little bit of a point guard. That does now also expose Fat Newbie, however. So let's bring Fat Newbie back to here where he's less exposed. And can just let me know if anyone comes this direction. Okay, this is quite an awkward, this is quite an ambush we're dealing with. But as long as we can deal with this guy, we should be alright. Okay, so we now know that there's an enemy here. Judging by that shot, I think there's an Andron up there. Okay, that's a miss. And there's reaction fire I tried to set up. Looks like there's a drone coming in. Yep. Really scary, those drones with that machine gun. Andron's found the angle. Crash test, mishaps took the hit. Crash test took the hit. Okay, just need to think about this really carefully. We've got the Andron here. This one is uninjured. There's another Andron here. There's a drone here. There's a lot of moving parts right now. This Andron is using this avenue to shoot at my team. If I move mishaps to here, I don't have a shot. If I put out... Mishaps obviously has a shot from here, but is then kind of exposed. We still need that shot. We need to take armor off this with a laser shot. Okay, that's a hit. We could also try and get some shots on it with our shield soldier. So if I put... Oh, Cliff's only going to have 16 AP if I put him there. If I put you here, jumps to 30. Put you here, jumps to 61. And that blocks shots. Okay, that's 2 hits on him. He's taking quite a lot of damage. I think what I want to do is shoot at the drone with the machine gun, but we need to get light, we need to get vision there, so I'm going to throw a flare. Okay. Now, Daedra doesn't have the range, unfortunately. I wish these machine guns had more range. I feel like the machine gun should be able to reach out to there, but it doesn't have the range to go this far. We also need to deal with the fact that there's an Andron here coming towards us. What have I got in the way of grenades? It's really my shotgunners that are carrying grenades. So Kelbonix has a grenade. I really wish I had alanium grenades. I could bring Kelbonix to here, where he's in the grass, and throw a frag grenade to see what that does. Pretty much nothing. Fat Newbie hasn't got a shot, has he? He does have a shot, but it's super... It's actually a 100% chance to hit, but there's a high chance it's going to hit either of these, and I don't want to take that risk. I could also step him out to here, and he would have a 91% chance to hit the drone, which would be quite nice, and I could step him back into cover. So let's do that. Too far for me to see if that hit or not, unfortunately. We'll move him at the end of the turn once I've done everything else. So we could get Tachyon to fire a missile at this guy. We could also just use Tachyon to laser him. I do still have Cam the Wizard and Crazy Dice Power available, but obviously the Ghost. The smoke will make that quite difficult for them. Tachyon could drive to here and still have enough for a normal laser shot, but will not have line of sight for that. Or they could drive to here. I don't think they've got a shot from there. They've got 28% chance to hit from there. But I could just maybe move them to here, and they've got enough. They won't have enough for a shot because they won't be able to turn. The other option is I run Crash Test up and throw another grenade at this guy. So I can run Crash Test to here and throw another grenade at him. I don't think the grenade's going to do enough damage, unfortunately. 35 kinetic damage with 2 armor destruction. I think we play the grenade to see what that does. Okay, that Andron is down. So now our only issues are the drone and the Andron over here. I think for this drone, we fire a rocket at it. Okay, that did a big scatter. That went off to somewhere in space. I don't think I've got a laser shot on it, no. I think what we do is we crouch Crazy Dice Power, we crouch Cam the Wizard. If this thing gets any closer, actually they've got shots on it as is. We'll fire the laser rifle first. So that's a 40% chance to hit. And then I'll take a... I don't have a chance to hit with the second shot. And then we'll fire... Get Cam the Wizard to take an aim shot at it with the rifle. Or do I want to go for 2... Actually, no, I've got... I don't think it let me do 2 of these, no. But I've got 2 shots. I'll take that aim shot first. And then we'll take the normal shot. Okay, that just scattered everywhere. Toasted does have a shot if it gets closer. Daedra also has a shot if it gets closer. And I'm just going to put Fat Newbie facing this way again. This android is coming, but we should have a turn before it gets here. That's fine. Daedra's just reacting. Both my assaults have taken plasma burns to the face. What a deployment. Just hit with robot soldiers as soon as we got on the battlefield. Okay, it's backing off a little bit. There goes their shield, so we need to pull Toasted out of there. Okay, there's a teleporter somewhere. Alright, first thing I want to do is try and kill this thing with Fat Newbie. 33%. Is that because it's going through Toasted? Yeah, it's going through Toasted. Toasted has lost half of their AP, but if I put them here, they're out of line of sight. Now if I do this, I've got a 41% chance to hit, which isn't very high, but we'll take the shot. Great. Of course, the laser sniper rifle only has 3 shots. So we need to reload, and now I don't have a shot. So that's out of the question. I do have a missile, though. I've already fired a lot of missiles here. 40%, 50%, 60%. I'll go for the 50. Drone is still alive. It's taken some serious damage, though. Let's move Cam forward to here. And we'll just kind of step forward. I mean, we've got a shot. It's only a 33%. I'll take the 42. Cam is just not on it today. He is missing every shot he fires. Crazy dice power I could put here. We just have to watch this angle. But doesn't appear to be anything over here at the moment. He only has a reaction shot, though. Let's bring Cliff forward to act as a foil. I can't believe Cliff can only move that far. Okay. Do we need to push in this direction? I don't think we do. This is my biggest concern right now. So let's get our assaults over this way. So I'm gonna get Mishaps is not an assault. Mishaps is a rifleman. We'll bring Mishaps down and around the Sky Ranger here, back to the position she was in at the start of the mission. Then we will bring Crash Test to here. Okay, there's a Wraith over there. Well, that's a shot for Fat Newbie. You cannot shoot that Wraith from there? Ugh. Well, let's bring Fat Newbie around the corner. The problem is that also exposes him to the blob. I can put him here. Can I put him here? Can I put him here? Okay, I'm going to put Fat Newbie back here. Just get him out of line of sight. And I'm going to put Crash Test. So if this Wraith is here, he's just going to shoot Crash Test in the face. If I put Crash Test here, she can pop out next turn and surprise him. And we'll watch this back area. And then Kelbonics. Just check there's nothing over here. It looks clear. Let's get you over this way so that you can deal with this guy next turn. I could put you all the way. I can't quite get you to there. I can get you to here. I think that exposes you to too much. I could also tuck you in here. Let's tuck you in here so you can push forward in the future. Okay. So our biggest at-risk people are kind of either Tachyon or Cliff. With our 2 riflemen not having great shots on the drone. And we've seen the Wraith over here. The only person who hasn't activated still is Daedra. But I don't want to move Daedra out of cover for now. I'm quite happy. If the drone moves forward, she will get some shots on it. Medkit's doing their job. Automed module's doing their job. They used to heal for so much more earlier in the game's development. Okay. If they stay alive, then we know this area is safe. That was an unlucky shot, but only 10 damage. Okay, drone's coming forward. No reaction fire from Daedra, unfortunately. Okay, it could have been worse. It just killed some cover. Oh, we got a reaction fire from Tachyon, which got us the kill. Cool. Good work, Tachyon. Alright, let's kill this Wraith. And then we can start moving towards trying to find our way into the UFO. Now, this guy is going to cloak. If I move you here, Mishaps, you'll still have enough for an aimed shot, but it'll go from 53% to 90%, which I really like. You won't be able to crouch, though, so you're going to have to take this as a standing shot. You would have been able to crouch. Okay, that's fine. Let's move Crash Test here. Pretty good chance of hitting the Wraith with a shotgun. And that's the Wraith down. Excellent. Let's chuck... Okay, there's the edge of the map there. I'm just going to throw a flare this way. Make sure there's nothing down this way. Okay, I thought this was an alien for a second, but it is a tree trunk. And let's put you in cover here. Okay, so this side should be clear now. I'm just going to get Cliff to check this way. Still looking clear over here. We want to just start moving forward. And also want to bring Toasted back to the Sky Ranger to pick up a shotgun. And this is why I bring the shotguns with me. Okay, that's the end of your turn. Let's bring Daedra forward. Oh, perfect. She can sprint all the way to here. A little bit risky. Oh, okay. We've spotted another Andron. Let's put her in cover here then. She's got line of sight out to here, which isn't ideal. But we now know there's another Andron back here. So we need to set up firing positions for it. Tachyon has taken... not that much damage, actually. I thought Tachyon would take more. We're going to definitely put Fat Newbie in cover behind this bush. Okay, that's the very bad. There is an Andron there that I was not expecting. Which has exposed Crash Test to considerable danger. Let's take this sniper shot. That's some nasty damage to it. We now need to get more of the team in position to engage this thing. If I bring Tachyon here, I need 40 for a missile. I don't think that's enough. I think it's going to have to be here. I've got a 65% missile here. Okay, that was frustrating. That just flew off into space. So Kelbonix can get in on this. We could potentially just smoke the Andron. But Crash Test is in a lot of danger. If I bring Kelbonix to here, I need 46 to smoke. So I could drop a smoke grenade right here, which will protect... Basically, I want to put as much... I want to put Crash Test in the smoke. So we're going to have to do that. And then we can just get up close and shotgun it next turn. Okay, and then we'll bring you... Well, you're going to have to stay here. And then I want these guys ready to deal with this Andron if it comes closer. Let's bring Cliff. Cliff can't get all the way over, but I'll bring Cliff to here. And then I'm just going to pull Cam back into cover, facing this way. So I've got 2 guns for the Andron when it comes closer. We're also watching this side here. And we're redeploying as much as possible to deal with this Andron here. This Andron here is a huge threat. I didn't realize it was standing there. The Guardian Armor is making such a difference because it's really letting me get away with a lot of mistakes. Mistakes that would have been lethal in previous missions. Also, there's just a lot of Androns on this mission. Okay, I can't believe Crash Test survived that. But she did. 51 damage. Yeah, Crash Test is indeed bleeding out. Okay, Crash Test has 18 health left. We need to kill this thing. I've got 2 shots. Okay, that's it down. Cool. That could have gone so much worse. It could have gone so much better. We now need to find out what's going on with the Andron that was down here. We're going to use Cliff to try and spot it for us. No sign of it. We'll keep moving forward. Okay, we cannot see that Andron at the moment. Let's bring Tachyon forward to the edge of the water. And I'm going to put Fat Newbie in cover behind because it doesn't block line of sight. And I'm going to get Toaster to pick up that other set of shotgun shells and then come forward. So we're going to have one main team push straight through and we're going to have a side team push through here just to try and clear as much space as possible. I'm going to have Daedra step forward to... This is actually still an unsafe area. Crash Test is actually like back in action a little bit. Let's put Crash Test here, see what she can see. It's looking clear. That doesn't mean it is clear. We'll bring Mishaps. Now, Mishaps doesn't have smoke protection. So I'm going to bring Kelbonix to this bush here. And look this way. And I'm going to throw another flare kind of as far forward as we can. Okay, it doesn't really expose that much for me. And then Mishaps can run... Is that a smoky tile? I don't think it is a smoky tile. Okay, it was a smoky tile, but it's only stunned 2. We should be fine. Right, so we've got this side cleared. I still kind of want Crazy Dice Power to control this angle for me. I'm just going to throw a flare here. Just to give me sight lines. But the rest of the team I want to fold up this way. So I would really like to get... Cam the Wizard here would be great, because he's protected from behind. And I've got cover for if the Andron comes. That means that Daedra hasn't moved, but Daedra doesn't really have line of sight that I want. We can move Daedra here now, though, that we've cleared this area. And that's really everybody that I want to move this turn. A Toasted also needs to come forward. We'll get Toasted forward to here. Alright. So the only activator we're aware of is the Andron that's down this corridor. Did I click? I didn't click enter. I was like, what's going on? I need to remember to use my med kits on the people who are hurt the most before we leave the mission. There's still some civilians alive, which is crazy. Okay, here comes the Andron. And someone teleported. So we've got some shots on this thing for free, because it didn't shoot at us. Definitely got a sniper shot on it for sure, with Fat Newbie. Okay, that was a good hit. Daedra hasn't gotten a shot at it from here. I can step her out to here, though, and she will have a nice big fat burst on it. Oh, Daedra, you absolutely clowned it. Did you see how accurate that was? It's so rare to see a laser do something like that. Okay, we're going to bring you forward until you can throw a flare for me. Let's find out what's going on as far back as you can throw. Okay, I'm pretty sure the UFO is here. That's my assumption. Let's get Cam over to here. Cam has spotted a Wraith inside this building. Doesn't have a shot on it from where he is. He's got a 3% shot on it. That's terrible. Let's bring... This has been clear this entire time, but I bet the second I look away from here, someone's going to attack me from this direction. Let's push up in this direction first. So Mishaps is at 21. I'd like to put Mishaps here. And we'll throw a flare out this way. Oh, we won't. Because this bush is in the way. Okay, we'll just look this way. We'll bring Mishaps to here, which is a great firing position. And then I want to bring Kelbonics up to here. Okay, so if anyone comes through here, we've got shots on them. We've obviously got this Wraith, but the Wraith can't really get to us very easily. Cam is a little bit exposed, but he hasn't taken any hits yet. He has his armor. I think he's okay. Fat Newbie. I'd love to get Fat Newbie in here, but we can't do that. Let's get... So Daedra's done as much movement as she can. I can bring Toasted forward to the wall, which is nice, but doesn't give Toasted a shot. And also just exposes Toasted to too much danger. I mean, yeah, let's just bring Toasted forward to here. We can make a better, more informed decision with them next turn. Crazy Dice Power is still holding this direction. I just want to be 100% certain nothing is coming at me from this way, so we don't end up with another Andron behind a situation like we did at the start of the fight. So I'm just going to just leave him here for a little bit longer. That just leaves Tachyon, who is currently acting as cover for our sniper. So I'm quite happy to leave Tachyon there for the moment. I wonder if we still need rebreathers. Yeah, we do still need rebreathers for when they use poison grenades. Okay, that friendly is still alive. Wraith is now gone. Is here. I don't think we're supposed to be able to see him here. But there could also be two Wraiths. Okay. So we can see this Wraith. And we have a great shot on it. 100% chance to hit. Or 29 times 3. I want to take the 29 times 3. Okay, we'll take the normal shot now. Okay, that's a hit. He's now going to go into stealth mode. I can't pull you back out of the way, though. Toasted could get to here and not have a shot. I could also get Daedra to just try and destroy the walls for me with her laser. If I bring her to here, she doesn't have enough, unfortunately. She would need to step out to here and then do a burst, like do a full burst here. But I think it'll only destroy these walls and not this wall with the way that it works. I can't put her here and take the shot because the bushes are in the way. And I don't think our laser can destroy this type of cover, only this type of cover. We could also get one of our shotgunners to throw a demo charge and just nuke all of this, which I think is actually the correct play. If I run you to here, Crash, you can throw a demo charge right here into this ancient, priceless relic in the, is this the African desert? And destroy these walls to expose this Wraith. Okay, the Wraith is now exposed. Can I bring... So Mishaps hasn't got Mishaps has a shot on it from here. Obviously, because it's in stealth mode, it's only a 30% chance to hit, but we'll take some shots. That was close. We'll take a normal shot now. Oh, 0% chance to hit with the normal shot. Okay. I could also bring Kelbonics to here, where I've got a 51 times 3. Does mean I don't know what's over here, though, but I think we're okay. Okay, Wraith dead. We'll just check this direction and crouch. Can you get to here? You can't. Let's bring Cliff forward another until he's got 16 AP left. And we'll throw another flare. We'll just keep flaring in this direction. Cliff unfortunately just hasn't got the stats that we're used to. And then Fat Newbie, well actually let's just move Tachyon forward. Tachyon's done some great work this mission. Okay, I can't crouch you, but I could put Daedra behind you for next turn. We'll just turn off reaction fire so she doesn't shoot you through the shield. And then I can bring Toasted to this wall. And we can... There, okay, we found the UFO. Alright, so it actually turns out that Crazy Dice Power has been covering the UFO this entire time. Let's get you here. This is not shoot-throughable. It is shoot-throughable. Okay, let's get you here. And... Oh. That really sucks. What a shot. That... So he must have been standing outside the UFO here. I thought we'd be safe to move into cover here. But dead, just like that. Alright, we need to reposition around here. I can't believe he just went down. Damn it. Just dead. I don't think I think that was a full health kill as well. I don't think he'd taken any damage before that. Small chance the surgical center might save him. But we have to finish the mission. Careful, there's definitely aliens up there to the north. Okay, we've still got a drone to deal with. And that's Mishap's dead, despite being in cover. Damn, this just got really bad really fast. I hate it when they move out of the fog of war like that and just kill someone who's in cover. This is genuinely a mistake that I made by assuming that this would be safe to move into this cover. But this, she was in cover, she was crouched. Actually, I don't think she was crouched, but she was in cover. And he just moved out of the fog of war and killed her. I don't really know how to salvage this. We've lost two incredibly vital soldiers in very quick succession. Okay, 30 times 3 for Toasted. I can get one shot, so I might as well get a bit closer. If I put you here, 63 times 3. Let's take the 69 times 3. There's another Wraith back there as well. Another one. Okay, and then we can bring Kelbonics up for an 83 times 3. Okay, and they're both in cover from the Wraith. Let's get Cam to cover this direction in case anyone tries to flank me from this way. Mishaps. There's no cover at all for Mishaps. Best I could do is maybe bring her to here, and then next turn she can step out. The Wraith back here, I don't think I have a shot on it anywhere. This wall is in the way. Probably got a shot on it from here. Yes, but no, because this wall's in the way. Not really a lot I can do about it. There is also an alien here that is, like, uncontrolled. We'll bring Daedra up behind the shield, and I'll turn her reaction fire back on. She actually needs to reload. She has 7 shots in her gun. Let's bring Tachyon to here. And look this way. No sign of that alien that I don't have track on. And I'm going to bring Fat Newbie to here. Where he doesn't have a shot, but I can maybe step out next turn. Okay, so we're going to be doing some recruiting after this mission. 2 awful deaths. Cool. There's still a drone, sounds like, in the UFO as well. Whew, this mission has been really, really difficult. Alright, well, if we get toasted to here, we've got an 86 times 3. Okay, that's him dead. Now we need to cut this corner and see what is going on around it. The Mentark is what got the kill. The Mentark is what killed him. That's why it was such a good shot. God, it's so rare to see a Mentark outside of the UFO. Oh, so this looks like a different model of Mentark. It could be an Alpha Mentark. Alright, come around the corner. And crouch. And we need to set some shots up on this guy. If I put you here, Daedra, you don't have a full auto burst, but you could hit it with a 3-round burst and potentially suppress it. Yeah, look, it's firing green plasma. This is a really high level Mentark. Alright, we're gonna missile it with Tachyon next. So if I bring Tachyon to here, you've got a shot. I'm just gonna make sure that shot isn't obstructed. This is my last missile. This also sets up cover for my sniper. Okay, we hit that. Unfortunately, there's now smoke in front of it. If I put you here, you have a scoped shot on the Mentark. Still hasn't killed it. That leaves me with Kelbonics and Mishaps. We're gonna maybe have to stand in the open and just take shots in a second. If I put you here, okay, Mishaps does not have the AP to make it that far. This might be a stun grenade turn from Mishaps. She's just a little bit too far out, honestly. She can throw from there. She's never going to make that throw. Okay, let's leave her for the moment. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. Let's grab Kelbonics. Kelbonics has a grenade. It's taken what? It's taken a rocket, a laser shot, and it didn't take... I don't think it didn't take anything from here, but it's taken a precision laser shot and a rocket. So the question is, do I just go for the grenade kill, or do I just try and flashbang it? I think the safe call here is to flashbang it if I can get in range to throw, which I don't think I can. No, that's as far as I can throw a flashbang. Who else do I have available? You're done. You're available. You don't have a shot. Cliff has a shot. We may as well take it. Okay, worth a try. I can bring Cam to here, and I'll get a 100% chance to hit it. Or, I do a normal shot at 73 and he has enough TU to step back into cover. It's got Overwatch? Oh, there's another alien. Another one. Okay, let's bring you all the way back around here, Cam. So we've hit this several times now. It is still not dead. The big problem is it's going to turn around and just murder us next turn. You don't have a smoke grenade, do you? No. Is there any way I can get a shot on you? Or position you for a shot? I can just maybe run you to here so that next turn you have a shot? Maybe up here so you can come in from this angle next turn? I can't believe we're dealing with a green plasma Mentar. What I'm going to do is I'm going to smoke. I don't have smoke. Okay, my plan was to smoke the team, but I don't have smoke on Kelbonics. Kelbonics also has no ammo in his gun right now. So how far forward... If I do a Hail Mary, I need 46 AP to throw. Which means this is as far forward as Kelbonics can get. and still throw. That's as far forward as he can get and still throw. If I want to Hail Mary a grenade, I cannot get in range. The best I can do with that is throw it here. It's one tile away from being a potential hit. Yeah, it's one tile away. We either lose Cliff or we lose Tachyon here, I think. I want to run Kelbonics to here. And I want to reload his shotgun. And we're going to throw a flare. We don't actually need a flare. The other person who's at risk here actually is Toasted. It could be, if I move Toasted here though, they should be out of line of sight. This could be an absolute massacre. God, this has been a very difficult mission. Another Andron. Okay, Daedra's suppressed and bleeding. That was a miss. I think he gets a second shot though. That was also a miss. We're very lucky. And it's bleeding out. Okay. We got incredibly lucky there. Daedra is fleeing. I don't blame her, honestly. I was going to fire a full auto burst with the machine gun, but that's not going to happen. Let's kill this thing. Let's try again to kill this thing. Okay. It's down. We now have this Andron here. I'm not sure if this Andron is what fired the shot last turn that was fired at Cam. If I put Cam here, he doesn't have a shot on the Andron. There is very little cover for Cam out in this direction. I just want to see what Cam can see from here. If I step him out, I can only see this Andron. I can't see another. There could be something deeper in the UFO. If I take this shot, he'll have enough to get back around the corner. And then get back into cover. Okay. I do not have shots with Cliff from here. I also want to make sure there's no aliens like hiding here. Okay, that's good. Cliff is my only kind of portable cover at the moment. 10% shot. I don't really want to move Cliff. I'll move Cliff one step further forward. Okay. We do have a bunch of ranged units here. I'd like to put Fat Newbie back here, but I want to keep the cover from Tachyon at the moment. Tachyon also has laser shots if the Andron steps out. Let's bring Mishaps forward to here. And then I'm going to bring Kelbonics to the edge of the UFO. And I'm going to bring Toasted also to the edge of the UFO. And that's all that's left of the team. Okay, this Andron is not under control at all. I can't believe Crash Test died. Like, I just cannot believe it. We'll have Daedra back next turn. Daedra, of course, has smoke, which is what I need right now. We're just going to have to try and deal with this with reaction fire, I think. I could move Tachyon forward, but I want Tachyon to kind of block shots. God, what an awful mission. Oh, Daedra doesn't have a med pack? Oh, no. I just assumed she did. So Crash, Cam's going to have to medkit her. Good, shoot the shield. Great work. I'm really happy that you shot the shield. That's all I care about. Okay, Daedra should no longer be fleeing. Okay, Daedra has to be healed this turn or she dies. Okay, she is no longer going to bleed out. We need to kill this. God, this mission. I'm going to use Cliff as a as cover for a shotgun. So if I put Cliff here, a shotgun standing behind him can shoot the Andron. There's a Wraith in the doorway that I can't do anything about right now. From here, we've got a shot on him. We don't have a shot on him. Let's try and kill the Andron with the laser shotgun. Okay, hit did not kill. We also managed to clip our teammate. I can put you in cover here, and that frees up the position for Toasted to come in. Wait. Okay, you can crouch. Good. We have not been able to kill the Andron despite significant fire. We don't have a shot with Fat Newbie. I have a shot from here, and he can step into cover. Okay, the Andron is down. Now we need to deal with the Wraith. I don't have a shot with Cam, because Cam will need to go here. The best he could do is take a snapshot, which will let him just enough cover to step back into cover. Of course, that's a miss. Okay. So that leaves me with Mishaps and Tachyon, who is not in a good position to cover here. Tachyon needs 29 for a reasonable chance to hit. From there, I don't think they've got line of sight. From here, they don't have a shot. From here, they don't have a shot because it's through too many teammates. And that's too far forward. No, I don't like that. I can't get a shot on Tachyon this turn. Let's just put Tachyon in cover here. Kind of hoping the Wraith decides to shoot my robot. And then Mishaps, the many-headed variety, needs to move here. Crouch and turn. Okay. That's everybody. That's everything. This shield has done work. Cliff has done work with this shield. And this civilian is just running around panicked. What a disaster of a mission. I can't believe we lost 2 high-level people. Okay, it did shoot a Tachyon. There is still somebody teleporting backwards and forwards within the sky, within this thing as well. Alright, I think Cam has a shot from here. I'll step him out and take a shot. If I do that, he has enough to get back into cover. Okay, and then I can just bring one of my shotguns in. But I'm not going to walk, I'm not going to run across here and assume. We're going to bring Cliff forward and look inside the UFO. Because if there is an alien in the UFO that can shoot at us, I want it shooting at Cliff. Okay, I think we're safe. I'm going to run Kelwonix to here where I've got a 95 times 3. And I can move out of the way after. Okay, he's down. Let's just get you out of line of sight. And we need to start getting ready to do a breach now. Tachyon can move into cover here. And provide fire on anyone who comes down from here. I can move Toasted here, who can also shoot anyone who appears here. Mishaps can run to here but not do anything. So I'm just going to finish Mishaps' turn here for this turn. Fat Newbie will need to come around this way, basically trying to get here eventually. What I'm going to do with Daedra is run Daedra over and pick up this kit, because she dropped her machine gun. I want to make sure she has some TU left. So she's got a rifle now, and just get her to move this way so she's out of line of sight. So she can take part, and she's going to do gradual healing. That's pretty much everybody. I'm just going to crouch Cliff, and let's see what comes out of the teleporter. God, I thought it was an alien coming. I thought that was an alien coming out of from behind us there. Whew. Whoever the alien is, they're just teleporting up and down in the Abductor. Of course, this turn they decide not to teleport up and down within the Abductor. Okay, let's get our team in position. So I'm going to put Fat Newbie here. I'm going to put Cam here. I'm going to put Mishaps here. I'm going to move Cliff into the UFO out of the way of the firing team. And I'm going to put Kelbonix here, looking in this way. And we're going to put Toasted Waffles here, looking in this way. Okay? So there's clear fields of fire for everybody. Nobody's shooting through anybody. The only person who isn't really taking part right now is Daedra. We're going to move Daedra forward. but not expect her to be doing any shooting this turn. I want this thing to teleport down. I love how it's been teleporting down the entire mission, but the turn that I actually start watching the teleporter, it stops teleporting. It's an Andron, of course. Okay, great reaction fire. Please tell me that's the end of the mission. That is not the end of the mission. There is another alien on this UFO. Let's clear the bottom floor of the UFO with Cliff. Okay, it does not appear that there's another UFO, another dude here. Let's, I think we just hold for the time. Let's just make sure we don't need any reloads. You've got 7 shots. You're fine. You've got 1 shot. You've got 1 shot. You've got 4 shots. You've got 1 shot. We don't need to reload this turn. Let's see if anyone else teleports down. Oh, what could we do with... I could put Daedra here. She's not in anyone's field of fire, and she can contribute with a shot. A drone. Mission complete. There's another alien still upstairs. We're going to do the same thing again, but we need to reload now. So we need to reload this. I think that's the only thing we need to reload. There's no way I'm going up there. If I'd gone straight up there, I'd have walked into so many enemies. Okay, the question is the last remaining alien in the UFO? Or is it outside on the map? If we hold the command room of the UFO, we'll find out. I'm just going to check the back room of the UFO here. Make sure it's not hiding out in here. It's not. So basically, next turn, I'm going to send Cliff up to the bridge in an attempt to work out if the alien is up there. How big is the second floor of this UFO? Okay, nobody's coming down. I'm going to send Cliff up. Godspeed. Okay, there is a Wraith up here. There's 2 Wraiths up here. Let's go back down. So people telling me I can click on the floor to activate these teleporters. That does not work for me. Click on the floor below, maybe? No. Why is he not teleporting? Why is he not teleporting? He's dead now. He is dead now. I can't because I couldn't get him to teleport. So now we have to breach really quickly if we want to save his life. I hate these teleporters. They never work the way I'm supposed to. Everybody told me after the last video, oh, you just click on the floor under the teleporter to reactivate it. And that didn't work. And then I tried stepping onto the next teleporter and that didn't work. I'm guessing it's because he got shot. It like broke the teleporter or something. Oh, are these the teleporter? These are teleporter receivers maybe, and these are the teleporters? Alright, let's look at this situation. I could bring a shotgun up and hopefully one-shot both of these guys. Kelbonics, if I bring you to here, you will have 67 TU left. You've got a 43 times 3 on this guy right now. From here, you've got a 100 times 3. The question is if that is enough to kill him. Okay, that's one of them down. We're now relying on Toasted. Toasted's gun is not as good. I've got an 84 times 3 from here. I've got an 86 times 3 from here. And room for more people to come up. What a nightmare. I was just... Oh, what a mission. Holy crap. That was so difficult. I made so many mistakes. Look, all I will say is that the enemies they threw at us there were insane. That was really hard. There is one piece of good news. Crash Test actually survived. I think that's the first time the Surgical Center has saved somebody. So we only lost Sir Crazy Dice Power. And in terms of losses, I'd rather lose a Sergeant Major than a Major. But damn, there were 22 enemies on that map. To our 10. We got a whole lot of stuff from that, though. Alright. Let's just get the... I'm just going to wait for Chips and Fish to get back so we get the... Advanced Alloys research. So we get the Abductor thing. Excuse me 1 second. The Abductor is a medium-sized UFO that is almost 60 meters in length. It appears primarily designed to maximize usable internal space, but is also equipped with a heavy armor and a powerful engine array. As the name implies, the Abductor is most commonly encountered gathering unfortunate victims to be transported back to the alien homeworld. It is well adapted to this task, equipped with a large number of specimen tubes to house captured humans or other life forms during the mission. Additional several surgical tables are located among these specimen tubes. The exact purpose of these devices is unknown, but perhaps not difficult to imagine. Laboratory testing confirms that traces of human blood are present on all recovered tables. Despite their significant bulk, these vessels are exceptionally fast. At maximum speed, they are faster than an observer. Thankfully, their per-turning circle means this does not translate to meaningful combat utility. However, the most impressive feature of the Abductor is its durability. Although the hull itself is not heavily reinforced, this craft has so much more armor that few weapons can scratch it. Finding some method of breaking or penetrating the armor appears to be the only realistic path to victory, which is why we need torpedoes. Okay. I definitely need to take a break. It's not going to be another 2 weeks before the next video, but I'm going to have to stop this video here for now. Thank you so much for watching. F's in the chat for Crazy Dice Power. Let me know what you want me to call the America base. I know some of you have suggested stuff in the past, but I'm going to draw a line in the sand just because we've had a break. And also, I want a new name for our Phantom Ring. So the Egyptian wing is going to move to America, which is funny. And we need a new name for our wing that's based in the Middle East. For now, though, I'm going to go and get a rest. Thank you again. I'll see you in the next video. Ciao. Ciao for now. Bye.